What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, and we bring you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream on Twitch over at This Is Aftersound, and we do giveaways every stream. We do giveaways every week here on the channel. In fact, this is the video, the weekly Q&A videos that we do those giveaways on. I go through and pick out my favorite comments. So all you got to do is make sure you leave your in-game username in the comments, and like I said, I pick out my favorites. Now, I apologize because I haven't done this in, I believe, 2 weeks. So I had to go back through and make sure that I got all the comments, and I sent out some DEC. And so if you find some DEC randomly in your account from an account called Aftersound, that is exactly why, is because you commented here, you put your in-game username in, and I really loved what you had to say and the value that you were adding to the community that we are building here. So I just went through, tried to respond to as many comments as possible, and the points of these videos is really just to highlight the ones that I felt, highlight the ones that I felt I wanted to respond to in a little bit more depth or more detail. Now, again, I'm not going to beg you guys, but a lot of people did not leave their in-game username in the comments. I would totally send you DEC, but you didn't leave your in-game username in the comments. So if you want to receive some DEC, just don't forget. It's just a little thing. Just put the little @ symbol, put it right at the end of your comment. That's the easiest way for me to tell, and you guys will get something from me. Otherwise, if not, if you're just doing this to be part of the community, I love you. Thank you for that. Okay, so I'm going to go through as many of these as I can. I don't want this video to be too long, but there were definitely some that I wanted to cover. And I've started, like I said, a couple of weeks back, and it looks like there's even more, but we'll just use this about 13 days ago as a starting point. So Gathering the Magic, I love the name, by the way. Saying vouchers are a limited resource. Don't sell them under any circumstance. They will be used in the future as well. People will still want as many, or people will want as many vouchers that they can get their hands on months down the as they can get months down the line, and be saying, "I wish I didn't sell my vouchers." So I think that is not a wrong way to approach it. I can understand why certain people might sell. But I love the fact that, now we know what the drop rate of them will be. And as I said in a previous video, we know that there are only going to be 7.2 million vouchers issued per year, or about 20,000 per day. Now, that number may fluctuate, as they might bring the number up the way they did for Chaos Legion. So if there's other releases in the future, I can potentially see that happening. But 7.2 million vouchers per year is actually a significant amount. And if, for example, once Rift Watchers comes out, they do, if they do vouchers for that and the same amount, like 15 million packs, I wonder if that'll be something that, maybe they just leave it and they're just like, hey, we're going to meter out the release, and it's just going to be based on, like, we can sell 20K packs a day, and that's all it is, right? And anybody who's accumulated vouchers before then, they'll be able to buy day one with whatever they have. So we don't know. We just don't know. All right. I did mark the ones that I wanted to talk about here with a little heart section. So, all right. So Alex Toro really challenged me here, and I appreciate you, Alex. So he's saying, due to my opinion, I think you're making a big mistake by trying to apply regular investing fundamentals to a video game and a market that does not follow traditional investment principles. For example, the DEC thing, I get your point. DEC will crash hard when the airdrop stops in 250 plus days. And everyone knows this, but you will still make much more holding DEC than you would converting it to SPS or buying cards at this moment in time, pre-Chaos Legion. So he says, in my opinion, you are doing a huge disservice to people by trying to apply your investment philosophies to a video game that doesn't follow any of your ideas of proper investing. So, Alex, I'm not even going to say that I'm a proper investor. So, I know that you're saying that, but I don't even consider myself a proper investor. I'm just trying to share whatever strategies that I have. Now, I actually agree with everything that you're saying right now. The only thing that I will disagree with, first, right? When you say everyone knows this, I don't think that everybody knows this. My fear, right, and the people that I'm making these videos for, is the people who come in who don't fully understand the ecosystem, who are just maybe looking at the tokens, and they see DEC and are like, hey, it's at a penny right now. What if it goes to $1? I'm going to hoard as much DEC that I can. And maybe they're not playing the game, right? Or maybe they're playing very, tangentially, or they're not really focused on it. I'm just trying to put education out there. I don't believe, I know you're saying that I'm doing a huge disservice to people. I guess I don't agree with that either. I feel like I'm just trying to put information out there so people can do with it what they want. And I will say this again, I'm not a financial advisor, and don't listen to random people on the internet when it comes to your money, myself included, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know that the addition, sorry, I shouldn't have said it that way. I know what I'm talking about in the sense that what I'm doing is going through the white papers and I'm trying to understand how the algorithm that issues DEC works, right? And aside from that, once you have that information, you need to go through and make the best decision for you. So, I'm not trying to sway people in the wrong way. I'm not trying to let people, have people sell their DEC. Like that's not my goal. I'm just telling you that I am, and I'm telling you why, and I'm giving you the receipts. I'm showing you exactly why I am, even though I do believe many people are going to make a ton of money in the next 250 plus days, or at this point, less than 200 plus days for until the airdrop ends. But, until then, this is just what my strategy is. And I wish you the best of luck. I hope you don't get, here's the thing. I hope DEC doesn't crash, because I think that would actually be terrible for the game. All I'm saying is that the way that things are lined up right now, it's not supposed to be up this high. And even the founders have said that themselves. So I'm just sharing that information and passing it along. I apologize if it offended you in any way. It seems like it did, but Alex, I'm going to take this as constructive criticism and just say that I disagree on certain aspects. But the one thing I won't disagree on is the fact that people can make a ton of money, and at the end of the day, they have to make decisions that are best for themselves. All I'm trying to do is provide information. Cool. So let's go further up. All right. So Dwayne Cunningham. And if you guys are not following Dwayne's channel, Dwayne is phenomenal. I've learned so much from him. So please, please, please make sure to check him out and subscribe. If you aren't already, I would be shocked if you weren't already. But just in case, make sure you check it out. So Dwayne was saying here, your point about voucher valuation makes sense in the short term, but as CL sells out, the ceiling price goes away, and then the new consideration will be what's next. Potions, skins, what else? Rift Watchers. So voucher prices will fluctuate wildly. And this was to me discussing the potential ceiling price of vouchers at $4, because right now the only utility we know that they will have, again, in the short to medium term, after the second phase of the first, phase 2 sale, which is technically the general sale, but before it's open to everybody without vouchers, if people can just buy the pack for $4, they're not going to pay more than $4 for a voucher to get a bonus pack, right? So at that point, the ceiling price for a voucher will be $4. And as I said to Dwayne here, that's a great call out. And my hope is that more voucher utility will be revealed before Chaos Legion fully sells out, because I don't want to see the voucher price crash. If it does, I would probably consider scooping up a bunch, because as we were just saying, we know now that vouchers are limited in quantity in terms of the amount that are issued per year, right? So I don't know what happens when vouchers are redeemed, but yeah, I mean, there's I guess somewhat of a fixed value, unless they just keep on going through the entire ecosystem, but that'd be kind of weird. So we'll have to get more from that. And again, this is me. Again, we need vouchers are a token. We need a white paper on them. The team has been talking about it for a long time. We haven't gotten it from them. That's really the only issue that I have with how the voucher system is played out. Everything else makes sense to me, but it's hard to appropriately price a token or an asset or whatever you want to call it, until we know what its full utility will be. And we know that it's going to have utility, but until we understand the full tokenomics behind it and all that. And again, some people don't care about this stuff. And if you don't, that's fine, but I do. And that's what I'm trying to cover on this channel. So actually, I thought I'd responded to Zach. I'm sorry, Zach. I'll go ahead and make sure, I send you some DEC. Although again, I'm going to call you out, Zach. You didn't leave your in-game username here. But I loved your comment here. So my conspiracy theory is that Rift Watchers will be a giant DEC cash out event. So if Rift Watchers comes out sometime next summer, right, once the airdrop is ending, my fear, right, is that DEC loses its value as an airdrop point as we get closer to the end of the airdrop. But if there is a way to burn DEC, that could help it retain some of its value, or make sure that at the very least it doesn't go below its peg. Because if it goes below its peg, that means there's very little rewards coming out in DEC. And I'm really, really hoping that by that time, and I'm sure the team is focused on this too, but by that time, SPS rewards will be in place. Cool. Let's keep going up. All right. So Daniel Gutierrez, nice video. Your video is always great. Well, thank you. I myself have been buying healers and tanks with Void since that's always my go-to strategy, especially ones from beta. Yeah, well, with all the magic spamming out there, we definitely need more tanks with Void, especially for. And I brought this up with Fire. Like we need some kind of tank with magic protection. We just don't have it. We have Bone Golem on Death, and then Ouster really came and changed the game. But aside from that, yeah, there's not much for Fire. I mean, there's Void Armor now, but I don't know. I haven't found the utility for Venari Heatsmith. Okay, so Pogier, am I saying that right? Pogier. I think another card that most are sleeping on is Venari Bonesmith. Based on the AMA, it looks like the new CL Death Summoner is magic related. Hence, I've been buying and slowly accumulating Bonesmiths since. That's a good point. There does seem to be some magic element coming out. As I mentioned in the Fire predictions, we're seeing magic from all of the gens. So there are going to be powerful monsters, either epic or legendary, when it comes to Fire and Death, because we haven't seen the Death one yet either. That will probably be magic based. So I can see, I don't know about the Summoner, but I can definitely see that happening. I don't mean to offend if I say this wrong. I'm just going to call you Udi. Is that cool? Your thoughts on card flipping. So card flipping is an awesome strategy. I think it's great. And if you time things well, awesome. But I've just never been a card flipping. I've never been an asset flipping. I've never just been like a trader. So for me, I really only want to invest in things that I can buy and hold long term. So, but there are a lot of people that I know that have made a ton of money on this, and I think it's great. And I love the fact that the economy behind Splinterlands allows for that and makes it easy and something viable. So if you're making a ton of money on it, I'm happy for you. All right, Dwayne. Oh, we were both talking about Venari Crystalsmith. That was funny. All right. Let's keep going up. Where is the next one? There's a lot here, and like I said, I wish I could cover this all in a video, but my goal with these videos is not to just read my comments out loud. So Razor saying, I'd love to see more silver videos here on the channel. How much win per silver? So silver one, I'm getting between 10 to 15 DEC, although my ECR is not great. I'm sure it would be higher, maybe even double that, because my ECR tends to be around 50%. So yeah, just something to think about. Zach was saying in the Mav chat, when Mavs were pushing for extending voucher use into the general sale, Aggie kind of said what's done is done. But maybe we'll experiment with that for Rift Watchers. Unless they come up with something amazing before that, I'll probably stack 10 to 20, I'm assuming, vouchers for Rift Watchers before I decide what to do next. Disappointed in the drop rate. Was hoping pre-sale voucher rate would be standard going forward, but it's not that much of a drop. Yeah, it's not that much of a drop. We went from 33,000 to 20,000. So what is that? That's like 60% of what it should be or what it used to be. So 40% drop overall. My thoughts on this is I don't think we will see a wide open general sale for Rift Watchers. Just my prediction, but the voucher system is brilliant in many ways. It makes a lot of sense, and it rewards the people that are investing in the in-game token, which they have been preaching since it came out over the summer. So between now and next, whenever Rift Watchers comes out, people have a chance to buy and stake SPS and continue earning those more SPS from those rewards. And I just don't, with all of the drama that has happened, first when the vouchers were announced, to when the vouchers were taken out for the general sale, to then this whole quote unquote private sale business, which was never a private sale, but that's exactly why I feel like the voucher system will need to be in place. Like people, and I get it, because folks who didn't have the assets or who didn't, who were new to the game and whatever, didn't want to drop at that point. SPS had risen so much. Like, so people didn't want to be dropping tens of thousands of dollars on SPS just to get a decent amount of vouchers. So I get that people were frustrated in the beginning, but a lot of folks were saying, or the general sentiment was, only whales can participate in this, blah, 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 blah. But the voucher system was to keep the whales at bay. And as soon as that came down, what did we hear about? Hey, all of these guilds or all these big communities that have millions of dollars want to come in and buy, right? And I'm not going to hold it against the team for doing any kind of white glove service. There has always been bulk discounts. And if you have created something and you have people coming wanting to spend, 7, potentially even 8 figures on the game that you created, you're going to treat them in a little bit of a different way. And I don't blame anybody for doing that. Like, what did you expect the team to do? Like, somebody comes in with a 7-figure check and they just say, get to the back of the line. Nah, I don't think if you were in that position, you would do the same thing. And I understand the argument for decentralization and all that, but decentralization is happening within decentralization is going to happen within whatever SPS governance does, right? At the end of the day, this game is not decentralized. It's just not. And I've said that in a couple of other comments. It is very centralized. The players or SPS token holders are not the ones making the cards. We're not making decisions on what new abilities get added or whatever the case is. As time goes along, I think the team's goal with this being built on a blockchain is for other aspects of the game to become more decentralized. But I don't think that this is a game that will ever be fully decentralized, because that just doesn't make sense. Somebody's got to be the creator, and therefore somebody's got to be the owner of where these things come from, who holds them afterwards, and how these things get spread out on a blockchain can be very decentralized. And then a lot of the decision making that can come through after that can be decentralized. But where we're at right now, we're not decentralized. And I don't think that that's a bad thing, because, yeah. So not trying to say that, Splinterlands is bad and it's not decentralized. I'm just saying that it's not, and that's okay. And that's fine, because we're getting an awesome game now from a really great team. Okay, so Kulfi saying, I can see them linking airdrop potions to vouchers and probably before the general sale starts. I agree. I mean, this was specifically mentioned by Aggroed, so I don't know what airdrop potions are. I mean, we don't have them yet, but if they come out, vouchers seem like the very relevant choice for that to come through. So Ardnek was saying, I was also checking out recently that Harklaw has immunity at level 2. I've been eyeing Almo Cambio because he has immunity at level 1, but he's 3x the price right now. It's so hard to decide which cards to invest in now with Chaos Legion release so near. I couldn't agree more. I'm hoping we get some good summoners in the new release. I can't wait for the summoner reveals. I'm very curious to see how this affects stuff, because even though I'm all in on Chaos Legion and I have not been buying any cards from Untamed, if we find some certain benefits, like for example, right, speculation right now, but I'm not the one speculating on this. I'm just taking what other people had from the last town hall. If the water summoner is actually melee based, well, I would want to grab some awesome melee monsters, right? Another Demented Shark or level up my Demented Shark or something like that. All of those things would make sense to me. So I don't know. There's a lot of different ways that it can go. But until we get that, I'm just waiting. So less than 2 weeks. No, a little more than 2 weeks from this, when this video is being recorded. The other thing too about Harklaw. So I don't even have a Harklaw level 2, but immunity is great. But obviously I think, Almo is priced that high, not just because of CP, but because of the fact that neutral monsters, there's definitely a value to neutral monsters, obviously in their ability, it's obviously in their flexibility. I mean, so Cardplex. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I'd responded to this one too. I'm just hoping it drops a little bit more so that I can buy a whole lot. We're talking about SPS here. Today I can get about 133%, give or take, of my current SPS stake. So a few more days of this and all will be well. Long-term buy and hold. I agree. So I apologize if that seemed choppy, but quick question that I've been wondering about. Are you in a guild? Also, what is your take on CL General Sale packs? Oh, I think I've talked about this already. Are you like me, who is planning to buy during the second wave? Or are you waiting for General Sale? Personally, I'm buying in the second wave, and if there are any left over for general sale, okay. So I'm buying in. So I bought some for the pre-sale. I had vouchers for that. I will be getting vouchers again for the second wave, and I plan on buying then. And if I still have assets left over, in fact, I probably shouldn't even be talking about this publicly, but I've been trying to explain to certain family members and friends that I am playing a video game and earning money from it, right? So there's some interest here, and I've told them that if and when the general sale comes through and there are these $4 packs, that I think that you can at least 2x your money in the short to medium term, right? As soon as packs sell out, they have been interested in investing, right? So I plan on buying more, maybe creating a pool with some folks that I know to buy during that general sale. But I guess the short answer is that I plan on buying in all three phases if possible. And I am in a guild. Ash's Ascent and I started one. And to be honest, I know people have been asking about the guild. We just haven't been as active. A lot of things have been on hold until Chaos Legion comes out. But I'm at a point now, and hopefully we're at a point now where we'll be able to start refocusing on that. The thing is, with DEC price up so high too, we created a guild where we weren't charging any kind of fees, right? No fee to be in, no fee to be in, and no fee to what's that called? To like every season or every month. We wanted to create something for the newer players or players that didn't have as much and were maybe just getting started. But a part of that is that we've kind of just gotten stuck, and we've both put in a good amount of DEC, and people within the guild have been putting DEC. It's a pay whatever you can kind of approach. But as you go up in the levels for guilds, the amount of DEC required to level up your guilds becomes significant, right? Potentially in the hundreds of dollars. And so, for me, and I'm sure for many others in the guild, I don't want to speak on their behalf, but I'm just saying for me, and I'm sure many others, for me right now, it's just been focused on how do I get the most out of Chaos Legion. Once Chaos Legion is out, I'll start redirecting funds into the guild and really building that out. Okay, I think we're getting close to the end here. So Mitchell was saying, I find it funny that SPS tanked after its utility was introduced. I hope they use vouchers for all sets going forward. I agree. I think that people just felt that the utility wasn't really there if you didn't have a significant stack of SPS. All right, Bales. I'm restaking SPS daily, ready to spend every single voucher I get on the second Chaos Legion sale. Nice. Okay, I sold vouchers in the pre-sale as the prices made too much sense to liquidate. This time I'll be buying every pack I can. An aggressive SPS burn would be nice from some form of land feature, knock the total supply down. So the total supply of SPS, once it's fully diluted, is 3 billion. And I know that Agron mentioned he loves the idea of burning, but we just don't have any information on that. And if and when it does come, I think it's actually going to be a long way away, because you have to realize that the distribution schedule for SPS is like 5 years or 65 months. And in a lot of different areas, for example, ranked battle rewards, they haven't even started that yet. So the countdown on the 65 months has not even begun for that distribution. So I just don't know that burning would happen before the distribution ends. I could be wrong, but I just don't feel like it would. All right. So Ardnex said, on the bright side, you'll be able to max your cards and be competitive at higher leagues. Oh, so this was me giving up on the dream. I appreciate the support. Yeah. I do plan on maxing out at least some decks or some splinters, hopefully once Chaos Legion is out. Card plugs, what would you say is the best investment to make right now? Buying DEC for airdrops, SPS while it is low, CL packs from Hive Engine, or vouchers. I'm thinking vouchers are something to wait on until the second wave. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be buying vouchers. Let me just put it that way. I think vouchers are very expensive, and unless you want a chance at getting, unless you have the money to spend, then sure, do whatever you want. But vouchers, the chance of getting a Dr. Blight, and I don't even know how valuable Dr. Blight will be. I'm sure he will be valuable, but the amount that you would need to pay to guarantee, right? You need 50 vouchers. So if you don't have any vouchers, you need to pay 50 vouchers. On top of that, you need to pay the $4 per 50 pack. So that's another $200. It could be worth it. So I don't know. Maybe Dr. Blight would be worth several $100s or even $1,000. I can't say. But in terms of like what's the best investment, that really just depends on your goals and what you want to get out of the game. Like, you know, I appreciate that people ask me that and want my opinion. And I just made another video on this recently. Like, I have not been focused on building a deck. I have been focused on buying cards that have a very good rental value and building up the passive income that I'm earning from that. I'm taking a lot of that passive income that I earn every single day, and I'm buying more cards that have high rental value, or buying the same cards that have high rental value, and just compounding that. And then at some point, I'll be extracting value from the game with rentals, right? To me, I look at this as digital real estate. It's like buying a bunch of little mini houses that pay me a couple of cents per day, but all of them add up to dollars and tens of dollars, right? So that would be nice. And if it pays for my dinner every once in a while, that'd be great. But for players, it's something different, right? For players, if you want to compete at the highest levels, well, then you need to have, you know, the right cards. You need to max out certain decks or certain splinters. And, then you could be winning big bucks from tournaments and from leaderboards and all that. And, but that's just not my goal. So my goal has been buy and hold SPS, stake it for life. And then everything that I'm earning from my rentals, I'm putting back into the game in terms of other cards. All right. I think is that it? That'd be great because we've been going for a while already. So I appreciate you guys hanging with me this entire time. All right. One last one. Darkest Night. There are other ways to accomplish that dream. Oh, this is on me giving up. Remember, titles are just another NFT. Decide how much you want to pay for it. It's worth 100,000 airdrop points too, if that helps. So that's a great call out. I wasn't that bummed that I didn't get to go for it. It would have been way too much money. And the title is nice, but 100,000 airdrop points is the same as, 100,000 DEC at this point. And yeah, it's got value, but to me, airdrop points are going to continue diminishing in value over time as the airdrop goes along and then eventually comes to a close. So I don't feel too bad about it, but thank you, Darkest Night, for reminding me that there are many different ways to accomplish the dream. Hopefully there'll be other opportunities in the future for me to get a title. And, if there's ever one that somebody wants to part with for a price that makes sense, I'll be open. So hit me up. You know where to find me. All right, that's all I got for you guys in this video today. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you guys for commenting and being part of the community here. As I said, I've sent a ton of DEC out to folks who have left their in-game username. So if you want to have some DEC in your pocket, or at least some DEC from me for next week, make sure you leave your in-game username whenever you leave a comment, and I will make sure to send you something. All right, you guys are awesome. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video, and I'll see you around the game.